how many like points of separation does Lloyd Bridges have to everything in Hollywood at this point? I mean, both sons went on to do it. He was doing it, so it's like a Kevin Bacon situation.
Hey, look at his feet. They look like bologna sandwiches. He's got bologna feet.
What's up, baloney feet?
I don't understand. That really hurts my feelings. Like, I'm really upset. There's nothing she can do to say to pacify me.
Happened in the 90s.
Recently, man, we've discussed projects that a certain individual has been a part of, and we haven't really pinpointed it. It's like it's one of the things that's been hidden in plain sight. And I'm talking about none other than the late great Lloyd Bridges, man.
Lloyd Bridges. Okay.
Dude, he was in Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, which we talked about like 2 weeks ago. He was in Mafia, which we talked about last week. Oh, he's in Hot Shots, which we're going to talk about today. And he was Mandelbaum.
And doesn't he have some famous sons too?
Bo and Jeff. His son is the dude.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. And I mean, the other one's not too bad either. I mean, Bo.
Yeah, he's cool. Like, I remember him as the dad from The Wizard. But I mean, it's all about Jeff, really. It's cool. Like, they both co-hosted SNL back in the day. And you know how when a character, like, you go into a character's mind and they show like a quotation mark and like on some Saved by the Bell shit, right? So they co-hosted SNL, and then Lloyd Bridges' head would pop up. He's like, "You can do it, Jeff. You've always been my favorite son." And then they cut to Bo. It's like, "Yeah, I always believed in you, Bo. You are always my favorite." So it's just like Lloyd, like, he passed away, I think, around the time Big Lebowski came out. And I mean, I think that would have been a funny family to grow up in, man, because Lloyd Bridges has always had a sense of humor. The Mandelbaum. Like, I think dude was born in 1913, bro. His first movie was in 1936.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
And he was acting into his in the 90s.
Mandelbaum.
Dude. And this guy's fucking seed fucking was successful. Those are some good genes.
Hell yeah, man. He was in both Hot Shots. And like I said, he was in Mafia.
I'm trying to picture what this guy looked like as an older guy.
You don't remember the Mandelbaum?
No, I can't right off the top of my head. Because I'm seeing the old man from Hot Shots, but I'm like, that's not Lloyd Bridges, is it?
He was in quite a few things, man.
Yeah, Lloyd Bridges is huge. I'm trying to like place it in Hot Shots, but regardless, that's hilarious. How many like points of separation does Lloyd Bridges have to everything in Hollywood at this point? I mean, both sons went on to do it. He was doing it, so it's like a Kevin Bacon situation. You know?
And he was in both Airplanes. So he's kind of like Leslie Nielsen in a way, where he was heavily used in these parody movies.
That is weird, though. Whenever you're good at it, that's kind of gets to be your shtick and you stay in it. That is weird like that. I'm going to look this up because it's bothering me. But Lloyd Bridges, dude, shout out. And he lived a nice long life, died of natural causes. Nothing weird, you know?
That's a winner.
Fucking hell yeah. Take a shot, Steve, or whatever that is.
Monster.
I mean, and obviously, dude, I can't believe I couldn't remember Jeff Bridges. The fucking dude.
The dude.
Is that it for Jeff Bridges, Steve? Because, like, when you think about it, that's it for our generation. I know he's done a lot more, but when I think of him, that's what I want.
You know? I mean, for him, that is the one. Like, it's like Arnold and Terminator. Like, that's the first one you go to. But as far as 90s, he was in The Fisher King. He was in The Vanishing, Fearless, Blown Away, White Squall. So yeah, that might be his only one. He was in K-Pax.
Blown Away was tight. White Squall was an atrocious movie where it's just him with a bunch of young boys sailing.
He was in the first Iron Man.
Yeah, he was the villain. He's good at playing a villain. He just rarely does it, you know?
That Tron remake in 2010 and True Grit.
True Grit sucked. Lloyd Bridges, though, I'm seeing the picture. It's the guy I was thinking of, and this guy's a legend, dude. He was always a funny guy in these spoof movies.
Yeah, man. Shout out to a legend. This is Steve G and Mad G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your smashing pumpkins and your smash mouth and tell us, how funky is your chicken? How funky is your chicken? How loose is your goose? Our goose totally loose. What happened in the 90s? So shake your caboose. So shake your caboose. Today, my friend, we're talking all things July 31st in the 90s. Derp! Starting off in 1991, Hot Shots premieres, a parody of Top Gun in which a talented but unstable fighter pilot must overcome the ghost of his father and save a mission sabotaged by greedy weapon manufacturers. Directed by Jim Abrahams, starring Charlie Sheen, Carrie Ilves, Valerie Galino, John Cryer, Kevin Dunn, Bill Irwin, and Lloyd Bridges.
And I feel like this movie franchise in general, when we talk spoofs, this has a huge place in my heart personally. These are hilarious fucking movies.
For the 90s, it's one of the top ones. It's got one of the goats of this genre, Jim Abrahams, man, R.I.P. Some other people who are used a lot in these, Carrie Ilves. Actually, he's like, that's the only one I was thinking of.
I mean, you could say Princess Bride's kind of a spoof movie too, though. Like, you know, he's playing like an over-the-top character. I think he's good at that. He's good at comedy in general.
Robin Hood.
But yeah, Hot Shots, dude. This was a library rental on the regular rotation. If I couldn't think of anything else, I was like, get a little Hot Shots in there. Because to be honest with you, I used to have a major crush on this chick that was in this movie.
Valeria Galino.
Yeah. Yes. She was sexy, Steve.
With like the olive eyes.
And speaking of olives in this movie, she pops an olive from her belly button into her mouth. And I love that. As a fat kid, I guess I was just very turned on by sex and food being combined like that. And actually now I'm on IMDb and I'm reading that related to that scene, she filmed that. She did that, Steve. That wasn't any sort of special effects. Valerie Galino can pop an olive into her mouth from those rock hard abs that she's got.
And I forgot John Cryer was in this movie, man. He's been in the game for a while.
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I don't really like John Cryer that much because of 2 men and whatever the fuck,
2.5 Men.
I just don't, but he's in this kind of movie a lot, as is that Kevin Dunn guy.
Kevin Dunn, he's another guy because he was in Small Soldiers. We just talked about that. Yeah.
He's getting a lot of pay in the 90s. And somebody that I love seeing that's in this that I forgot was in Hot Shots, Ryan Stiles.
He was. Yeah.
Yeah. And
he's been in the game.
Guy's so talented. It's surprising. Like the other guy, Diedrich Bader, is that what his name is?
Yeah.
Kind of popped off a little bit, but Ryan Stiles never really did much more than Whose Line Is It Anyway?
That was a steady paycheck for a long time, though. That shit started in like the 90s and it went until, I think it might be still going, man. They're going on tour and shit. But another thing I like, the Charles Barkley, Bill Lambier scene. I forgot that was a thing.
Oh yeah, dude. And all of just the goofy shit that they put in this is just it's so good and it's so well done. And this guy that I never really looked into this director guy. So Jim Abrahams, yeah. What else has this guy made? Because I'm seeing a lot of
Airplanes, this, and I think he might have done the sequel and Mafia, which we just talked about.
And Naked Gun, a couple of those. He's actually doing the Naked Gun remake, I believe, with Liam Neeson that's coming out. Which I'm actually very excited about because it does kind of look like it has that 90s goofiness to it a little bit.
Same here, but that must be posthumously if he directed it because he passed away. Yeah.
Maybe he's getting like based on credit. That's why he's getting one. But this is his bag, Steve.
Totally, man. He's on the Mount Rushmore up there with Mel Brooks and Keenan. And like there was one scene where there's a doctor and he's like, "Nurse, check his penis. Is it bigger than mine?"
So that's why, and you just get some like vintage sheen, Steve. I don't think people give him as much credit for like all the comedy he was doing back in the '90s. You know?
Before all the Tiger Blood shit, he was a legend. He still is a legend, man. You know, he did the Hot Shots, he did Platoon, Major League, which is my favorite role of his,
Yep.
and he took over for Michael J. Fox in Spin City.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, man. And he held it down. I think they lasted like 3 or more seasons.
Yeah, what a weird turn that guy's. I don't want to veer too hard into Charlie Sheen, but like his like, what the fuck happened? I guess it's just the drugs, all that
Yeah.
tiger blood.
Oh, the Tiger Blood, man. In 1992, Bebe's Kid premieres. To impress his new girlfriend, a man agrees to look after her friend's kids, only to find that they are uncontrollably rambunctious. Directed by Bruce W. Smith, starring Faison Love, Nell Carter, Vanessa Bell Calloway, Tone Loc, and Marcus Houston.
John Witherspoon is in this. I mean, this
Legend.
movie's. I think this movie's ahead of its time for a lot of reasons. I think the animation in this is so cool. It always was cool to me, and it's like quality. You know what I mean?
It walked so Proud Family could run.
Definitely. Absolutely. That we can actually write a dissertation on that, I feel like. Who doesn't like Baby's Kids, Steve? Especially if you're from our fucking generation.
Apparently not enough in the 90s because it just made a little over a third of the budget and it got panned by the critics. So it was originally supposed to be a live action movie, but unfortunately the subject who created the concept of Bebe's Kids, Robin Harris, had passed away in 1990. So they made a shift and decided to go animated with Faison Love. And Faison Love held it down, man. He sounded like Robin Harris.
Hell yeah. I think he just naturally kind of sounds like it, but he can definitely do a hell of a fucking impersonation.
Yeah, well, he was his protege. Robin Harris was like his tutor, so he kind of like was under the tutelage of Robin Harris, man.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But I love me some Faison Love. Faison Love's a legend, dude.
yeah. Shout out to Bebe's Kids. But also in 1992, Buffy the Vampire Slayer premieres. Flighty teenage girl Buffy Summers learns that she is her generation's destined battler of vampires. Directed by Fran Rubel Kazooie, starring Christy Swanson, Donald Sutherland, Paul Rubens, Rutger Hauer, and Luke Perry.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, Steve, and I'm going to tell you that I've never liked this movie franchise. I never liked it. I know it's a huge 90s thing. I get it, but I don't like this. And I think, and this is what I'll tell you, I don't like vampire shit. I think it's stupid. So I'm
Even
just not
the
going to enjoy it.
even the shit with Brad and Tom Cruise.
No, hell no.
No,
Especially that.
I
When they're
love that movie.
like, yes, they look like Mac and Dennis as fops. No, no. I remember everyone around me loving this movie, watching this movie. I've seen it a bunch of times. And there's a lot to like about it, mostly Paul Rubens being in
Yeah.
this. But I just don't like vampire shit, Steve. So I'm a little biased.
Well, I love the movie. It was on a heavy rotation on HBO. Christy Swanson, ironically, she was also in Hot Shots.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
she's a little 90s hottie too. Christy Swanson back in the
And I-
day, Steve.
and I think that's what helped me get through the movie. Like her whole cheerleading squad is bad. Like the token black chick on the team, she was one of the hotties on Fresh Prince. I'll never forget that episode, man. But yeah, Christy Swanson, she goes back because she was in at least one of those John Hughes movies back in the day.
You want to know what's weird that I just now found out today on this day?
Yeah.
Is that Thomas Jane, the Punisher, is actually in this movie. He's somebody named Zeph.
Oh, he's one of the douche jocks, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could definitely believe that. But Tommy Jane's in this, Steve. Isn't he also the guy from Boogie Nights?
Maybe you would have liked it more if there wasn't that much executive meddling because Joss Whedon, who wrote this, he said that the script was so unfamiliar with him that he just walked out at the end. And that's why he created the show, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so that he can get free reign. It's his idea. And I think that was the stipulation. Hey, don't fuck with my idea. Don't fuck with my vision.
Well, that was hugely successful, so maybe it was the meddling. I wasn't too into that show either for said issues with vampires, but that's a tale as old as time, I feel like, Steve.
We're
Thankfully,
paying for it. You listen to us.
we know. We've seen it all. But yeah, also we get Luke Perry in this too, which is cool. Like, there's cool
Yeah.
shit in it, but again, it's just not my thing. I would be interested to see what it was that Josh Whedon's vision would have been. But to be honest with you, I've seen some Josh Whedon stuff that I'm not too big of a fan of post all that other stuff too. So I don't know, Steve.
And they can't all be hits. But tell me if you rock with this, though. On that same day, Death Becomes Her premieres. When a fading actress learns of an immortality treatment, she sees it as a way to outdo her longtime rival. Directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, Bruce Willis, and Isabella Rossellini.
There is absolutely nothing to not like about this movie. It is a weird, very weird movie.
Very.
But for some reason, as a kid, Steve, this is one that would always like stand out to me when I was looking at those rows at Video Connection. And I would rent this quite a bit because I like Bruce Willis a lot. And this is a Bruce Willis movie that's not like him being a badass. Quite the opposite, actually. And the special effects are fucking top notch in this too.
You
So
think they still hold up?
I think it's more so than you would think, given how old this movie is. But a lot of this is practical stuff. So I didn't rewatch this, but I can't think of a lot of stuff that wouldn't stand up or stand the test of time. To be honest with you, what do you think?
I think it still stands up, man. And like not only Bruce Willis, who's showing his range, you got two great actresses. I love me some Meryl Streep. She's probably in my top 5 of all time. And then Goldie Hawn, that's Kurt Russell's baby mama. So just off that, you get all the props.
And they're bitching out Bruce Willis's. I mean, it is like a huge turn for him. If you like this, it's not a horror movie. I don't know what you would categorize this as, like a dark comedy or whatever it
Dark
is.
comedy, yeah.
I think it's fantastic. And I think it's indicative of like these kind of 90s movies. This is a wild swing on a movie, Steve. You just tell somebody this general idea and it's like, I don't know about this.
You can't overlook Isabella Rossellini with them yitties out. Give me all the potion.
Zemeckis needed to have some titties, Steve. She is a top-notch actress also, Steven. Dude, you got to love Zemeckis.
Top notch. I see.
Zemeckis, dude. This guy's a legend too. So if you're just going off of like the talent that's involved in this, it's hard to think it wouldn't be good, even with all the weird shit. And I feel like this movie has a style to it. It's not just like some generic shit and there's like some cool special effects. Like there's a legit style. It's almost like a Tim Burton movie where it's like I don't see a lot of Zemeckis doing this kind of thing, but there's a very signature style to the movie, if that makes sense.
It's funny you said that because it must be some kind of Mandela effect I went through. I always attributed this movie to Tim Burton, and I apologize, Robert Zemeckis, but I just recently, like in the past week, looked at the Wikipedia. It's like that's totally not Tim Burton.
I mean, it definitely has that feeling when it's very gothic, the architecture, like the mansion that they're in, and just the overall vibe of the movie. I could definitely see you getting confused. And when you think about the other movies, like Zemeckis made fucking Forrest Gump too, so this guy's made a wide variety of movies. Very talented, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, a lot to love about this one.
It actually won Oscar for Best Visual Effects, defeating Batman Returns, directed by Tim Burton, and Aliens 3.
Oh, Aliens 3. I can't really remember what was in that. I know it's widely panned as a bad movie, but that's crazy. But it speaks to how good the special effects are because they're pretty fucking good. And we're dealing with like moving people and stuff. Like they're deteriorating, shit's falling off, people's necks are getting snapped, and they're just kind of still hanging out. It's an interesting thing, man. I'm kind of mad I didn't rewatch it, to be honest with you.
And Matt, were you aware of this? It's a huge gay cult classic, apparently.
I wasn't aware of that, but hey, enjoy. I mean, it's here for everybody to enjoy. I don't know why.
Well, there was a representative of that community on Wikipedia, and the way he described it is like they're always searching for beauty. There's this conflict of, am I beautiful enough? Do I fit in? Am I good enough? So I see some of the similarity, and I'm paraphrasing, but that's a starter.
Okay. Well, hey, man, people get stuff from movies and take meanings from stuff. So if that's your path and your journey and that's what you love about it, I'm not hating because we're all just loving a great movie, Steve.
Yeah,
But shout out to Zemeckis. That's a wide range.
totally.
Even if you're just thinking of Forrest Gump and this, that's a huge range where most people kind of stay in a lane. Tim Burton stays in kind of his own little thing, but
Yeah.
Zemeckis is out here just like, oh yeah, what's this script about? Some whack job
Yeah.
who can't, has got fucked up legs. Yeah, whatever. I'll take it.
Let's roll with it, man. In 1994, the state is airing season 2, episode 4.
I'm starting to become a huge fan of the state, Steve. This was not something that was on my regular rotation, but as I'm watching it now, this is a great show.
I mean, some legends in the making on this, man. The first skit is First Election.
And this one's interesting, Steve, because we're seeing it, the first election, and it's just like a little town, and it hasn't had its own election in over 100 years because everybody said Jonesville, Steve, they were too stupid to vote. They couldn't handle that. But fuck the haters. They finally voted, and they voted a red balloon as mayor, I believe, Steve. So salute.
And I first met this balloon pop.
Yeah, and Secret Service drags it because Secret Service is around modern day style, Steve. This is very interesting, but they pull the guy that breaks the balloon, and that's it. First election, first assassination, all within like 5 minutes or like less than that.
Grand opening, grand closing. But the next one, though, is like one of my favorite recurring characters, Doug. And I'm out of here.
Karen, she must be asleep. Yeah, Doug, Steve. He's trying to pull a little romance. He's trying to get some girl's attention, but he actually wakes up his girlfriend Karen's parents, first Mr. Sanderson. But they're very polite, Steve.
Why don't you come inside, Doug?
He's got a weird vibe. He seems like he's done a lot of acid, honestly.
Yeah, I'd rather stay out of here. All right, Doug, forget it. I'm out of here. Man, whatever, man. He's so out of touch.
And then the mom's like, you always stay here anyway. Why don't you just come inside, Doug?
I'm here to see Karen. You're sleeping, Doug. I don't care. Lies.
I picture Kyle Mooney doing a sketch like this, the weird guy from SNL. Finally, we get Karen, Steve. She comes to the window, but she's over whatever the fight was about. I think they had one. She doesn't care. But Doug does, and he wants to serenade her, Steve.
It's 3 a.m, Doug. Doug's dad comes along to play guitar.
Where you at, Dad? Sorry, man. Sorry. The guy's like, why are you up? He's like, it's only 3 a.m. You're fucking still up too. You know it. Fucking stay up all night. But Doug, I gotta be honest with you, Steve. He's got a hit.
I made the mixtape and all them songs you like.
I caring about you. Karen.
And the parents are into it. Karen's like, all right, I'll be down there. As she comes down, the cops show up and they're like, we just want to party with this beer we confiscated. Oh.
Come on, kids, let's do this.
You want to go to the graveyard and conjure up some spirits? I think I'm going to stay here, Doug. Well, look who's out of here.
I didn't know that was a recurring sketch, Steve. Doug 3. So I'm assuming we have more Dougs.
Oh, definitely. And the other ones are funnier because when he's doing his thing, like this is his crew, and they never say anything. They're just sitting in the back, just looking like some burnouts. Whatever, man. I'm Doug, and we're out of here. I love it. But Doug, he's actually the second luckiest guy in the world. But then we cut to another skit where there's a dad who's saying he's the luckiest guy in the world. And then as he's talking to his family at the dinner table, a lady named Jill comes in and she's like, I've been having an affair with your husband for the last 3 years. And the dad's like, I've never seen this lady before. I'll meet you at the hotel in a few hours.
Here's some money. Go do something. He kind of calms down the woman. he says some good things, and then he closes the door, and he pulls like almost a Costanza here, where he just is like doesn't acknowledge anything happened. Honey, who was that? And he's almost like, "What are you talking about?"
I don't know what she's talking about. Like, I never seen this girl before.
Jill's gone again. She's off to the hotel. She's about $50 richer because what's his face gave her some money. And he's like, "What? What's wrong?" She's like, "I just kind of feel like you know Jill. Like some of that stuff she was saying was kind of weird."
Are we going to drop this? Is this your theme tonight? Huh?
I
Well,
don't know her. I can't tell you anything about Jill because I've never met Jill. Okay, so how am I supposed to talk on that? Are we done? Are we good?
like, I don't want to point fingers, but you've been at the federal bank for the past week. I work there. See,
Oh,
you're
oh,
always there from
you're there.
9 to 5.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go for the night. Okay. Don't try to call me. If you need to call me, fine. If it's emergency, I'm gonna go to the hotel with maybe see a girl named Jill. I'm out.
Yeah.
Bye. And
And,
he leaves, Steve. This guy's a mastermind. And then
he's
the
a
mom's
grifter.
like looks at all the kids because there were kids sitting here too who have said nothing this whole time. And the mom's like, "Hey, do you kids ever say anything?" And they're just like, "Mm."
Mm. And I wish I could do this next skit justice. It's a bounty commercial. It's basically Joe Latrulio and Thomas Lennon impersonating Christopher Walken and Gilbert Godfrey.
"You spilled it on your trousers. Are you gonna let it ruin your trousers?"
You want something that can pad those spills up.
It's I got a stain on my trousers. Yeah, but I would love this bounty commercial, Steve. So bounty, get on this. Fuck the lumberjack or whatever you got.
Yeah. It's probably too late for Gilbert though. But this next skit is about commercial whaling. It's a PSA because you don't want your child commercial whaling.
Billy, I thought you were doing your homework. What's that in your bag? And it's like a harpoon
Yeah.
because Billy's fucking doing some black market whaling on the side, Steve. Never got into this.
Yeah.
Smoked a little pot in my day, did a little of that. Really was kind of a good kid, kind of a good guy. Was never approached to do any whaling, and I kind of regret that.
I mean, you had good parents though, man. They talked you off the ledge because you got to talk to your kids about it before someone else does.
Yeah, those pirates that are just skulking around.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Hey, little boy, you want to kill a whale? Gee, mister, what is that? 'Tis a whale spear.
Michael Showalter, he's been dealing with some bullies because of his bologna sandwich feet. Hey, look at his feet. They look like bologna sandwiches. He's got bologna feet.
What's up, baloney feet? And he's struggling, Steve, because his feet are literally bologna sandwiches. So running, it's very hard. Luckily, he does have a coach, Coach Jefferson, who's sort of on his side. And he's like, you know what? I'd love to put him in there. The heart's there. But literally, it's just those baloney feet. It's really hard to overcome.
He can't fit the cleats.
He's getting it from all sides. People are calling him sandwich feet, baloney feet. Kids are mean. This is very 90s behavior, Steve. If we had baloney feet, kids would have been calling us out.
He might not be the best player because his feet are bologna sandwiches, but he's got heart.
I like the dad who won't let his daughter. Jolo Trulio's like this guy who's like, my daughter ain't fucking doing it with this baloney kid. They have a kid, God forbid, he comes out with baloney feet. Hey, I'm not a fucking bad guy here, but you know what I'm talking about.
Sometimes I wonder if I was stranded on a deserted island, would I eat my feet? I don't think I would.
I would, because damn, them shits look like Scooby Doo sandwiches, Steve.
It- it- we cut to another little mini skit, I guess, where Jon Stewart's going through fan mail. He's like, "We got one from the state. Yes, the state. Finally."
Yes. And this is a young Jon Stewart, Steve. He's very
Oh, yeah.
grunge right now. He's hanging out at MTV. He's got his own little thing going on.
Yeah.
But I love that. They brought him in on it too. So, but he's very excited. They got a message, and Dan from Illinois wrote that he loved the show, but he was just hoping that he could see the acting chops are clearly there, and he wanted to see him go a little deeper than like this kind of funny shit that they're doing right now, you know?
More drama, be more serious.
I want to
And
see
so
Emmy shit. I want to see you guys win an Emmy. So please.
they show the relationship of Georgia O'Keeffe and Stieglitz. I think he
Alfred
was
Stieglitz?
Stieglitz,
I
yeah.
thought, wasn't that a guy in fucking Inglorious Bastards? Anyway. And it's basically, it's made to look very classy, but then it just kind of turns it, they're like, you know, there's two like historical figures. They're sitting in like this cabin or whatever, sharing a moment. But then they say something and it kind of turns into like a Def Jam thing.
Yeah. Would it kill you to put the toilet seat down for once? How
Oh,
about
oh,
yeah.
Stieglitz, dude. Whoever the fuck that guy is, we're gonna have to look that up. Yeah, man, they got the chops, Steve.
Kerry Kinney doing the Cabbage Patch. I'm here for it. But the game everyone wants to play is busted. It's fun. It's arresting. It's busted.
You're gonna bust. This is probably a game you could market and sell now, Steve. People are dumb and like playing board games. I'm one of them, but this one's a little bit weird. It's kind of looks like Monopoly, but like, you know, they show people playing it and somebody's like, I got the police brutality card.
Ah, you and your friends are scummy perps looking to hook up.
Try crack a third time. Go to Attica Valley and tell them I'm a cop. Whoops.
Be the first to get to rehab and you win.
Actually, now that we're talking about it, I want to play this game, Steve. It sounds great.
Then we cut to David Wayne. He's asked to go get some coffee. Can you get me a coffee and a donut? You want me to get a coffee and a donut? What are you talking about?
What is
What
that
don't you
word? What is that
yeah.
word?
What don't you understand?
That word between coffee and donut. What is that?
This and yeah. You
And
know,
what is
like
that?
like this and that, up and down. Wow. It
What?
sounds cool. What does it mean? I
David,
mean,
you're a writer. Like you should know what and means, but David's never heard of it, Steve. And the word and is blowing his fucking mind.
once he gets the gist of it, he's like, I just want to go out and celebrate. Or I want to go out and celebrate.
Oh, nice. And he's like, let me get a burger and some fries.
And a root beer.
The world's his oyster, Steve. But then it starts getting out of control. Like a crackhead, he's going too hard with it.
I'm walking and I'm talking and I'm laughing and Alice Cooper.
And finally, we go back to the guy who pointed that out, and he's like, "Dude, David, you got to stop, dude. This whole thing, like, it's I'm sorry I told you about it, and I'm sorry that you didn't know the word and, but at this point, you got to stop because the work's getting a little shady."
I mean, it's a terrific word, but you're overdoing it. After that, they showed that that skit was brought to you by the letter O, as in O, no turnips, and O, no radishes, and O.
Oh, 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 oh. Office Space, Steve. O face. I like this final skit, Steve, because this isn't insane. I don't know how you even write this to do it, but it's something that's near and dear to every guy's heart because we got to put up with it with any lady we're with. PMS. Jean's she's got some friends coming to meet her at a dinner, and the guy's cool. He's like, "Hey, how's it going? You know, like new opportunity, congrats." But then this other chick shows up, and the vibe is just straight off, Steve.
We didn't stand you up. Congrats on your promotion. Oh, and we got you a lamp.
Yeah, congrats. Great job for doing what you're doing. The guy's like, you know what? This might have been a mistake. Like she's PMSing and it's just like this whole thing and it's the mood swings. It's crazy. And it is, Steve. She's going through stages at this point, you know?
She comes out of the restroom. She's like, everyone, this toilet feels like I'm sitting on ice. All right, okay, now tell us about your promotion.
I'm fat. I'm so fat. I'm sorry. They're like, no, Jesus. And still they keep going. But then it gets even crazier, Steve, because this chick then goes like under a table, disappears, and the PMS is like roided this chick out. Now it's Ken Marino in drag, smoking a stogie, like, yeah, this shit's crazy. Promotion? Look at
Yeah.
that ass.
Good thing I'm not a concert pianist. I said pianist.
And then she disappears again, and somebody else comes out in drag. Well, I think it's Showalter or somebody.
Yeah.
And it just goes on and on, Steve, to the point where I think everybody who's not just somebody else in this troop of people is all wearing a red dress and comes out at a certain point.
Yeah, it turns into Kim Marino, and then they like go away, and then it becomes Joe Latrulio, and there's a random guy sitting at a table by himself, and he keeps being referred to as Pig Boy. And I think when it turns into one of those guys, he's like, "Hey, Pig Boy, let's wrestle!" Ah!
And eventually Ken Marino comes out again and hulks out. I think that's how it ends, basically. But PMS, guys, this is what happens.
Carol's PMS changed us all.
But dude, the state put it out there as one of the greatest sketch comedy shows. It's up there with Kids in the Hall and all of the greats. It's fucking fantastic.
1996, Real World Miami is airing season 5, episode 4, The Silence of the Dan. Cynthia is frustrated about the men in her life and her overall dating situation. Dan feels isolated when communication problems with his roommates arise. Meanwhile, he is discovered at the Michelle Pommier agency and participates in an Armani runway show. His roommates show their support at the show, deciding to put their conflicts temporarily on hold.
And this is still, I feel like when I watch this, they're still using semi-normal people that haven't realized this could be a full-on career for them, and they're psychos that just look good. There's a lot of plain Jane looking people in here. You know what I'm saying?
I think they figured it out already at this point because Puck predates these guys and gals. And I think Puck is one of like the first breakout stars in that.
Yeah, I guess. But I feel like if they knew who Puck was and they saw what the reality of that was, I don't think that's a good one where you're like, yeah, I could replicate that. Could definitely replicate that mess. But this was not one of my favorite seasons. It's kind of boring. Miami, you'd think it'd be fucking popping, they'd be partying and stuff. And they do. There's that. But I feel like these people are still, aside from a couple of real standouts, kind of background people that just sort of they got on the show and they weren't like made to make an ass of themselves or wouldn't be willing to portray themselves as an ass.
Yeah, pretty tame considering the expectations for Miami. And starting off the episode, we have Cynthia, who loves making a fool of herself every time. She doesn't want Trevor in her life anymore. She's contemplating about Trevor.
I've dated a couple Cynthias, Steve, back in my day. I don't like the way she's going about this because she's very blasé about these men in her life.
She really is feeling Trevor because she wants to know the next time she can call him. It's like, I'll talk to you Monday. But she even says, like, I can't explain it. The feeling I have, they're just uncontrollable. I hear a lot of ladies say this in modern times. I like what I like. It's one of those. No, you don't. You don't even know what you like because you're just giving me a bland. I like what I like. Just all right. You just don't like me. All right, bye, bitch.
Also, saying all that, but then like, well, it's something about me. I realize that I'm involved in this. So she's like saying she's taking ownership of it, but she's not. She's just like, yeah, I like this guy who's just like, yeah, whatever. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me just yeah. Are you taking a shit? Like it's like that kind of vibe where he just kind of maybe had a couple of minutes off work where he was just like, yeah, hey, I did it. Check it off the box. Trevor out. I'll call you next week.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch.
His name might as well be Chad. Now we see Dan, who's at the agency, the modeling agency, and I guess the agency's holding a volley palooza tournament.
It's a stud hunt, Steve. That's really what this is. Like, this modeling agency's got a bunch of Miami hot boys that they're like, hey, come here. Everybody show up. We'll see what we could do with all these hot hunks. I don't like Dan, Steve. I'm just going to say it. Dan's full of himself. He knows he's hot. I mean, the guy's a good looking dude, but he's very unfazed by somebody going like, hey, you're a model. Come model for me. And I feel like I don't trust that Dan's going to be treated well, Steve.
And it's going to his head. Yeah, I'm calling Kate Moss's people in the Calvin Klein studios and Giorgio Armani and Versace, blah, 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 blah. He's already pissing off his roommates. They're just like, man, shut the hell up.
He's like, it's crazy. Like, I was at the agency and they were like, Dan, you're so fucking hot. And I'm sitting there like, I'm just a guy, you know? And they're like, Dan, we're trying to talk about the business that we're trying to figure out. He's like, can you just please let me speak? Because what you're saying to me right now is not in my field of vision. And I want to just speak specifically on the points of me being hot and me having a show soon, okay? This is Dan's time. This is Dan.
He's such a diva. He's meeting all the workers at the agency. And apparently this is the largest agency in Miami, the Pommier.
Yeah, but who is this guy showing him around? Because there's some like weird weenie looking guy who's just walking around like, hey, here's this new hot guy. Hey, what's up? And he has like a dodgeball in his hand. He's like, hey, this is Dan. Watch out. Heads up.
Lou Pearlman, like.
He's definitely going to get a taste. So he's showing Dan around like, look at this new hot guy I got. He's dumb. It's like, yes. I don't like this office either because everyone's very much like, oh, hey, Dan. It's like a cult. I feel like there's a cult going on here, Steve. Something's happening.
Seems predatory. It's kind of like Dirk Diggler when he first meets everybody. Oh, you're the chosen one. I've heard about your manhood.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
I guess, mister. Jeez. I'm just Dan. But he's making his way around town, Steve. He's meeting these people. There's this black photographer dude who's very interested in him, who's very interested in taking some photos of him and just, getting the vibes. And I don't understand at what point, like, how many people are getting paid off a model getting photos taken of him? Because if you got the scummy Italian guy, who I don't know what he does, and then this guy who's a photographer who's also somewhat involved, is everyone getting a taste of what Dan's making? Like, is this some kind of like pimp shit?
For all we know, they could have sent those photos to a porn director.
We got a new guy. This guy is dumb. We could trick him into anything. Okay. Yeah. But he's had these meetings. Everything's going great. This is the dream of any handsome person. I would never know what this is like because I've never been ushered around. Like, look how hot this guy is. It's just never happened, Steve. It's just not.
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe, I'm working on that. So now Dan's got to go to some sort of a dinner party, I believe, with other hot people. This is like the upper echelon. This is the extra, But instead of just a +1, Steve, he's got to plus all them. He can take as many people as he wants. So he goes home and he's like, you know what, guys? I don't like you. You guys are all fucking ugly, especially you, Joe. But I'm willing to put all that aside. You guys can come with me. I think Cynthia got a date, I think.
Like right as they're getting ready.
And Cynthia's like, I ain't going to that shit, and just leaves. And Dan, instead of being happy, he's opening doors to all these like events and he's getting these calls and working his way up the modeling ladder. He's like, I can't believe she just wouldn't. She has a date, and that's more important than my shit. Fuck that shit. Like, he's ready to get a gun and go after Cynthia, Steve, basically.
Why didn't she tell me? I don't understand. That really hurts my feelings. Like, I'm really upset. There's nothing she can do to say to pacify me.
He's very flamboyant, Steve, which, he's a model. He's going to be.
Very dramatic.
But they go to this little party, this little shindig, and that's kind of the fun of being on The Real World, especially back in these days. Every once in a while, they're going to throw, it's not all day, every day like I think it is now, but they'll throw you in a club in a VIP, and you're the Real World crew, and you're out there. So they get to go to this cool upper echelon it's not a Coke party in Miami, but I feel like if you turn the camera around, there's a lot of mirrors that are all, schmutzed up. If you know what I'm talking about.
Well, you got to wait till everyone leaves. All the normies.
Yeah.
The after parties for the cool kids.
Hey, is that guy sweating and playing solitaire by himself, shirtless? This party's dope.
Yeah, he's talking a mile a minute. But we cut to Cynthia's date with Tony, and Cynthia lets it be known he's no one special in her life, but he likes to take me places.
It's hard to like Cynthia, Steve. I understand everybody has their path, but
No.
this guy, Tony, is his name?
God bless him, man. I feel your pain, Tony.
I mean, dude, Tony's doing everything right, taking her out, showing some interest, and then he even takes this bitch on a fucking trip to a hockey game, Steve. I don't get it. It's not what I would take anybody to.
I ain't eating no fried alligator. And then, yeah, she's a funky cock bitch. But they're going over business plans at the house. And Dan, he's just being a major douche again. And everyone's just over it. They're kind of muting him out, you can tell. And I think Michael is his name. He cuts in. He's just like, look, man, I'm sick of all the analogies. I'm about straight business. Emphasis on the straight. Now, it's either a yes or a no. Motherfucker, it's like two options. It's like, well, I'm just really tense because I've been laughed. Like, dude, nobody's been laughing at you. Like, actually, when I made a business proposal, you laughed out loud.
I'm not hearing that. And this whole yes or no thing is very restrictive to my mind state and my spirituality. So, Mike, with all due respect, I'm talking and Dan's talking now. So please back off because clearly I'm a business genius. I've been asked to go to the parties here. So my business is important. And my business right now is I'm hot. So I should be the business. He's not saying that, but yeah, he's just over talking people. Everyone's over Dan at this point. The Sarah chick is constantly rolling her eyes. Joe's, to me, if I'm running a business and I know somebody in the house has a business MBA, like a master's degree, I go, hey, Joe, maybe we should talk to him. Let him run the show. Instead, Joe's like, I'm not getting into business with these fucking lunatics.
Yeah, I'm not giving my opinion on anything. This dude is just full of himself. And Joe and I think Michael, from what I've seen so far, they might be the only redeemable characters from this cast. And Joe, he's also like, man, okay, that's how you feel. Yeah, I'm barbecuing now. If y'all want some ribs, holla at me.
Yeah. I'm going to enjoy this nice ass house. Joe is very much, I think, what if I had to do this, my behavior would be where I was like, I'm a loner anyway, so I'm going to go use all these nice amenities and you guys can just like discuss this shit amongst yourself. And I think now it's just like the VH1 sort of formula where you just get everybody liquored up and just let mayhem ensue. And I think at some point they figured that out, but they're still giving them like a task to perform throughout the season to sort of give them some sort of through line, I guess, for the storytelling. That would be the last thing I do for these shows where you're like, yeah, let them make a business.
Well, I don't know if this has already been an established formula yet, but the current trend, they specifically do some Jerry Springer shit. All like the stuff that the producers tell the cast members, because I know they do this on the Housewives and the Love and Hip Hops, like, hey, she said that your baby daddy is gay. What, bitch? What? So it's just like a lot of like, again, executive meddling.
Here, finish the shot. There we go. Now here's a frying pan. It just would be funny if you could just like incorporate that into something. Just go out there, do something. Just liquor somebody up and be like, yeah, just maybe just like hit her on the back. It's not gonna hurt. She said your mom was fat too, so it's like she's disrespecting you. Fuck it.
That bitch says you can't cook. Get that bitch. I forgot this too, man, because it's Viacom owning MTV. They have the rights to play like actual like music. Like I recognized a Redman beat in the background. It's like, hell yeah. And I think there's an Alice in Chains song playing in the background.
Yeah, they've definitely played an Alice in Chains song when shit was like boiling over and everybody's like talking over themselves. They just were like, it was pretty dope, honestly.
Hell yeah. That only an MTV show could get away with. But
I enjoyed this formula for a while. Like I did enjoy Real World and Road Rules for a while as a kid, but when you watch it now, it's like This shit, I hate seeing this shit. This like killed TV, and this is the start of it.
It's the new thing, man. But
Let's film
yeah,
lunatics instead. Let's not write anything. Let's just film lunatics and the disabled.
well, wasn't that called The Surreal Life? But we go to Dan again. He's like, tonight is the moment. It all comes out. And Sarah's like, what are you talking about? You know, the gay thing. Well, he even says himself, it's not like it's happening now. Like, you're speculating now. I don't think I talk too much. Like, you can't read a room, Dan.
Yeah, people have literally said stop talking so much, and he's like, "Who said that?"
Yeah.
I heard somebody say, "Dan, you're cool," but I didn't hear that part of it. That hurt my feelings right now. How dare you? And again, Dan, for what it is, for all of his negative points, the guy's climbing up the ranks of the modeling world, all in this one episode. Because now, after all this, he's got a meeting with some kind of a super agent, if I'm not mistaken, Steve, who just wants to see, like, I want to see how you are in front of the camera. You know, it's all good and well that you're handsome, but I got to see you got the moves, you know?
I need to see what you look like in this G-string.
So put on some of this baby oil. You're going to get a little woozy. And okay, bend over.
And then live from the itty bitty titty committee, we go back to bitch ass Cynthia. And she's talking about how I think Tony's starting to like me. He's cute, but there's just something about him that I can't be his girlfriend. And
He's too nice.
yeah, and then this is when they're at the hockey game, and Tony just asked, like, "Can I get a sip of your drink?" And then she just here, like, "Is everything cool? Like, stop talking about it. I'm fine." Poor Tony.
He just is trying to fucking be cool. I hate Cynthia's behavior, Steve. I've been Tony.
I've been
Not
Tony.
it's not to this level though. Like, you're being antagonistic at this point. You ain't even just being shitty. You're like, stop touching me, Tony.
Yeah.
Look at you touching me. He's like, I'm just trying to fucking get my code. Excuse me. Damn.
And they chose the perfect song for this scene because I don't know if you caught, they played in the background, "What do I have to do to make you want me?"
To make you understand. Tony, you should have gotten up and left, to be honest with you. It would have been better TV. You don't deserve this.
You could do better. You deserve more, man. Even one of her roommates is like, I think she just wanted someone to take her out.
Probably. Get a free meal, get a little night out on Tony's bills, Steve.
Even her sister puts her in check. Like, why don't you like him? Because he's not Trevor? Well, maybe if he started yelling at you and not having time for you, maybe you start liking his ass.
Maybe if he whooped your ass a little bit, you'd like him a little bit more than Trevor. I want to see, you don't get to see what Trevor is, and that's unsatisfying to me. I want to see what Trevor looks like. Because it'd be hilarious if he looked like the hairdresser from Baby Boy.
$40.
I could flip them bricks, you know what I'm saying? Shut up, bitch. I'll slap the shit out. Oh my God, Trevor. Don't slap the shit out of me.
You're so dangerous.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Man,
what did you say, Tony? God, your breath smells like shit.
Oh, you want a hug? Oh, God.
Touch my fucking hair. Anyway, back at the house, Steve, Dan's also does have a job. He's going to be at some sort of Armani runway show, which I'll get more into here shortly. But at the house, we're seeing some of Dan's headshots, and everybody's just sort of looking at them that's in the house, and they're like, this piece of meat. Hey, is this a cock shot? What is this?
I think this is the part where they're having like a house meeting. He's just talking over everybody. And I think somebody cuts him out like, dude, you are talking too much. It's how people communicate. They talk. The fuck, man.
I'm going to kill myself. I'm out of here. Anybody with any sense would just leave the room. But I love that. They're going to have a business, Steve. You don't realize that? These people could maybe have a business together. They're going to get it together.
And as they're walking out, it's him and another one of his roommates. And I think she says, if people have a problem with you talking, it has nothing to do with you being gay. Just a thought.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you just not liking what I'm saying because I'm gay? Is that it? You're like, no, I want a pepperoni pizza. That's all I said. Sure. Cisgendered piece of shit.
I think that's when he talked to Sarah.
Yeah.
And it's got nothing to do with you being gay. And he flips that somehow. He's like, wait, so it is a problem?
who said that? Who said it was a problem? She's like, no, I'm saying it's not. And it probably wouldn't be. He's like, oh, but you said a single person said it was the problem, I'm gay. And she's like, yeah, whatever, dude. She's in a room with Joe and they're like two normal people. And they're just both like, dude, can you leave? Because we
Yeah.
were sitting here talking about a movie we're going to go see. And you came in here talking about whatever the fuck that was. But you know what, Steve? Fuck all the tension. They get to go to a fucking model show for Dan. They get to go VIP at the Armani Exchange runway show that's at a fucking brick and mortar store, Steve. I don't know how special this is.
Yeah, it's like they're out of Big Lots.
Yeah,
And
stand on that block.
but this time Cynthia's there to support with her punk ass. All the roomies are there. After I guess a successful runway show, they all walk off and all is good for now.
That's real world, baby. If the night ends in a just nice liquored up, just fun sesh, fuck all the bullshit, you know? And I will say, Cynthia at the end, she was high-fiving Dan. She was getting into it. She's showing up, but at the end of the day, Cynthia, shame on you.
Yeah.
You're no friend of mine. But Dan, Steve, unfortunately for, with all the behavior, I went ahead and just kind of can tell you in the future, Dan keeps going. I don't know where it ends, but in this season, he leaves and goes to Milan to be a model. So, maybe it all pays off for him,
And if that's the case, maybe it panned out for the roommates. Like, yeah, he's not in this house anymore.
Yeah, hell yeah. You're like, hell yeah. And then they put they're like, we're bringing Puck back. God damn it.
Jason.
I just jizzed in your toothpaste, you fucking pussy. Fucking
Yeah,
damn,
Dad's not here for me to harass him. Damn it. That's the whole point of me being here.
I was gonna put my dick in the peanut butter this time instead of just my fingers. It's like sucks.
1998 basketball premieres. Two childhood friends are pro athletes of a national sport called basketball, a hybrid of baseball and basketball, and must deal with a greedy businessman scheming against their team. Directed by David Zucker, starring Trey Parker, Matt Stone, Yasmin Bleeth, Jenny McCarthy, Robert Vaughn, Ernest Borgnine, and Diane Bacher. Bacher?
I love this movie. I don't think the South Park guys have ever really done anything bad, and I don't know if people love this movie a lot, but I do.
It didn't make the money back and it got panned by the critics, man. Once again, another 98 movie. And just to give you a recap of movies we've already covered, Big Lebowski, Half Baked, Dirty Work, Small Soldiers, and now Basketball. All 98, all comedies in a way, didn't get the love then, but became cult classics, man. And I think the movie that changed it for comedies that year was There's Something About Mary, because that just blew comedy out the roof for that year. And it was like rated, I think they gave it an R rating, which they didn't do with the other ones, because as you know, Dirty Work got neutered. The original plan with everybody involved was to have it R rated, but it was chopped so much to the point like, let's make it PG as possible.
Interference, Steve. We were just talking about that.
It's a common theme.
Yeah, it is something when things take a shit, it's usually because of that. But this movie is not bad. I don't really think it's neutered. It's not a spoof movie, but in the vein of a spoof movie, it's got that ridiculousness that you love, and it's coming from the South Park guys. So there's also some dirty shit in it that is just a chef's kiss. Everything.
Anything with these two guys in it, I immediately think it's a spoof movie anyway, just because of their like nature of comedy. And just like everything they do, man, I love this. And it's got legend Ernest Borgnine. Like,
Yeah.
I think he won an Oscar back in like the 50s, bro. And he made it all the way to like the 2000s. He was on SNL for that What's Up With That. I was like, shit, that's really him.
Holy fuck. I didn't know we made it that long. But yeah, dude, he kills it. Everybody in this movie kills it. We get the first mention of Joey Diaz. I don't know if you clocked that. He's in it for 5 seconds. We get to see Jenny McCarthy stretching her comedy chops. She's great in this movie. Very sexy in this movie. Victoria Silvstedt also very sexy in this movie for 5 seconds. And I feel like what they did is just fill a movie with jokes in as many places as possible. It's like joke, 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 joke. The beginning when they're coming up with it and they go to their high school reunion. They're like, dude, let's go up to this hot chick's room. And they're like sniffing her panties and sucking on a vibrator and stuff. And then she's like, why are you in my mom's room?
Hey, Skid Mark Steve, you still playing Nintendo?
No one even calls me that anymore. Yeah. So they're just like losers who end up getting the dream where their dream game that they've just made up to look cool becomes a pro sport. And I gotta say, also, as functionally as like a game, I think playing basketball would actually be kind of fun. All you need is some chalk. You know, you could set it up. I never played it, but it's fun, you know, and I love the psych out. The whole thing's great. Little
And
bitch.
you guys call me a little bitch like 15 more times. I'm out of here.
Dude, this totally sucks, dude. Sleeping in the dog bed. No, that's
Hey.
that's Phil's bed. This is your bed.
Yeah. Hey, your sister is dating Squeak. Wait, like why are you saying it like it's a bad thing?
There's a moment where they're kind of fighting and they're in the locker room like after they shower and Yasmin Bleeth comes in to like confront them about something, but the joke is they have like these gigantic dicks that keep like flashing on the screen whenever they move, and at one point Yasmin Bleeth's like, you guys just need to grow up and just giant cock. Like, it's so fucking funny. And just the Trey Parker songs that we get in this, the
Oh
song
yeah.
whenever he's in the car and stuff. It's all just fantastic. And, you know, it's like what you come to expect from like South Park in general. And it's just more of that. But I love this. There's another movie called Orgasmo that
Oh yeah.
is less known, I think, because of like the nature of it. But even the movie they made as a student, the Cannibal, the musical, even that's fantastic. So like, yeah, if you haven't seen this, just go watch it. It's fucking hilarious. And it's not over 2 hours either, which I want to point out is another feature of 90s movies that I love. They're not 2.5 hours long.
It's like a 90-minute standard or around that time, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is great, dude. Hell yeah.
Also in 1998, Full Tilt Boogie premieres. It's a documentary about the production of From Dusk Till Dawn and the people who made it. Directed by Sarah Kelly and featuring Lawrence Bender, George Clooney, Harvey Keitel, Juliette Lewis, Robert Rodriguez, and Quentin Tarantino.
This is why physical media is still important, because if it goes away, you're losing stuff like this. You might be able to buy this by itself, but I saw this because it came packaged with Dusk Till Dawn as a DVD set. So, as before I got into going to film school, when I was into movies, this shit fascinated me. Being able to see like what a movie was like whenever they were making it, and like the process of it and the creativity of it. Just seeing like what the people were like that you idolize, like Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez and stuff. There's been better documentaries made about making movies, but this is one of the top like 5 ever made, period.
But why though? Because I love From Dusk Till Dawn, but like of all the movies, why did they decide to make this one kind of like a full feature film of its own?
I'm interested to know that too. I never was fully I kind of thought that maybe they just shot behind the scenes stuff, and
Yeah.
because of like some of the tumultuous nature of exactly what happened during the making of it, and also the catastrophic rise and fame of the two main people involved in it, Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, maybe they just decided to do that. I'm not really sure. I know there's like a lady's name as like attached as like the director of this. That's a great question. It's cool to see Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, because like right at the beginning of this, one, there's a hilarious thing that they do with Clooney and Tarantino where they're like walking to set.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, that's hilarious. But they show like, I think it's at like a Fangoria comic book convention panel, them announcing that they were making this movie. And you know, now it would be this whole thing. But back then, like you're seeing Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez when they still had to kind of like go out and sell an idea, because they're not giving like, people knew who they were, but you know, they're out there like, oh, it's kind of a crazy movie, and like Quentin Tarantino's like this interesting guy, we're connecting, and it's fun to see that, because now it's like they can do whatever the fuck they want, you know.
Yeah, and I would say about 25% of the documentary is like chicks talking about how they want to do George Clooney. And it's like, we get it. We get it.
I think that's kind of why I like this, because it does kind of show what the reality is of making a movie, the mundacity of it, and just like all these people just hanging out and stuff. But what I do think is kind of cool is they also show one, the making of a movie, but like there's a union strike in the middle of this, so you kind of see like the crew reacting to that because it applies to them. You
Right.
see Robert Rodriguez like sort of under pressure to make this movie work with limited funds still. At one point, like this huge set piece that they've built, the titty twister bar, completely just basically burns down mid shoot. So they have to like figure out a fix, which really was just like being like, we just like kind of like put lights on top. It looked burnt, it looked fucked up, and it looked good. But seeing how they had to keep pivoting, like, and that's kind of what the reality of making a movie is like you have a plan and you try to execute the plan every day, but at some point the plan gets fucked up, and it's the good directors can figure out how to make that work well. And I think that's one of the cool things that you see in this movie too, is straight up how much pressure the director is, because he's basically the guy running it, and then seeing it pan out. Really, the one part I don't like Lawrence Bender. I know he's like attached at the hip.
Seemed kind of a douchey.
He seems like a scumbag, to be honest.
You mentioned titties. Speaking of which, I think in the one scene where like one of the ladies in the movie, I think on YouTube, if you watch, like they actually show the titties. Maybe the nipples are covered. And like I always found that confusing. Like, what's the cutoff line? You can just show everything, but areolas and like, what's so offensive about the nipples and the areola? Like, you damn near showing the full titty. Like, I never understood that. What's
You just can't show the areola is just, it's forbidden fruit, Steve. You could see everything but that. That's basically what WWE or WWF got off on in like the late 90s, like early 2000s, is showing you all of the tit, but just, just throw a little some like a little pasty on there.
some pasty or some hand mark kind of paint job on your
Yeah, didn't Sable just have like stickers on her shits?
shaped like hands? Yeah. But
Sable. But no, it's a fun watch, and it's hard to, if you don't like the movie, maybe it's not a good watch, but I love Dusk Till Dawn. I think a lot of people love Dusk Till Dawn. I think Ryan Coogler loves Dusk Till Dawn because he made Sinners, and it's basically a fucking ripoff of Dusk Till Dawn.
I hate to say ripoff. That cheapens the movie.
Yeah, it's not a ripoff, but it's very
Inspired. That's
inspired and close too. But I love both of them. But Dusk Till Dawn's great. Yeah, man, I think like this is something that I don't want to go away, because when you see movies now and you get them like as a digital thing, you don't get all this shit. You don't get a behind the scenes. You don't get a making of. You don't get commentary with the director. And these are all things that I used to actually enjoy almost as much as the actual movie in a lot of cases. And it's going away, and I'm sick of it. So one thing I'm saying to you, Steve, is that every time I go to a thrift store now, I'm going to recreate my DVD collection from college.
nice.
So we're going to have that. And I just urge, and maybe there are people doing this and I'm not looking hard enough, but I don't think shit like this is being made for shit now. Even like Avengers, I don't think you're getting something like this.
So does this count as your shout out for the week?
Yes.
I have nothing, man. Are we doing questions this time, or
Do you want to? We don't have to. It seems like I'm sweating my dick off. So maybe we skip it this week. Let you recharge.
yeah, that's fine. I do have to redeem myself though, but yeah, man, all I got really is shout out to Lloyd Bridges and really a lot of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer cast, man. A lot of those people aren't with us anymore. I think Rutger Hauer, Donald Sutherland, and Luke Perry, and Paul Rubens. So RIP, and all you guys are legends. But please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please ask your sister, how loose is her caboose? How loose is her caboose? Please check out Food Show Fanatics, Crushgasm with Kendra every Wednesday, our guy Clark the Shark on Podcastle, and Wrestling with Ronzilla on TikTok. This is Steve G and Matt G.
Happened in the 90s.
Matt was the fat kid, Steve was the flat kid. Life wasn't always great, but you know what was? The 90s. happened in the 90s. Yeah.
Would you ever want to lie to a friend? Big.
Now that was a big woman.